Welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Culper spy ring. Now, if you have logged on to our class site and you're having trouble finding this page, just look for the tabs at the top and you will see this is probably the one when you log on that you will come to, unless you've left it open. So if you go across the tabs, you'll see the tab that says More. So hover over it or click on it and you will see the Culper spy ring. I want you to click on that. And on this page, you're going to take a look. You're going to see 3 different sections. And these will involve a couple of different video links, as well as some written information. This first link is a YouTube link. And when you click on this, you will see a video that focuses on the Culper spy ring. It is hosted by Patricia Hildebrandt. She's the director of the Three Village Historical Society on Setauket, Long Island, New York. And she's going to talk about the importance of the Culper spy ring. This is based on a new exhibition that they have at the Historical Society. So when you click on this one up here, it gives you a little more information about the Culper spy ring. It was an American spy network that operated during the Revolutionary War, and it provided George Washington with information on British troop movements. Many historians believe that were it not for spy networks like the Culper spy ring, that the Patriots would not have won the Revolutionary War. Now, when you look down here, you will see an essential question. Because at the end of the work that we do and the information we glean from this page, we are going to work on a written response. And this will take the form of 1 to 3 paragraphs, and you're going to take a position. You're going to use reasoning and evidence from credible sources, and you're going to write this mini essay. And you're going to answer, by writing this, you're going to answer this essential question. How did spying change the course of the Revolutionary War? Once you're finished with your piece, you're going to upload your draft to Google Classroom. And you can click on this link and it will take you right to our Google Classroom site. And you will see the assignment there and you can upload your first draft there. And your final draft will be uploaded there as well. You can do this using Google Docs. Now up here you will see a video. This is promoted by the History Network. And this is another expert named Brad Meltzer. And it's a series that he did on decoding. And this episode talks about the Culper spy ring during the Revolutionary War. And it's about 49 minutes, so it's a much longer video than the initial one. But both of them show experts in their fields talking about the Culper spy ring and its importance during the Revolution. There are also a couple of different articles that we're going to take a quick look at. We're going to read them together, kind of pull them apart. They're very brief. One of them is about spy techniques, and specifically about writing with invisible ink. And the link for that is right here. And we also will have another article about that will contain a letter, an actual letter, in which James J., who is credited with developing a technique for writing in invisible ink, it's a letter from him requesting reimbursement years later for the work he did for the government. So James J., who lived from 1732 to 1815, was an American physician and politician who supplied medicines to George Washington, and he developed an invisible ink used by Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and his younger brother John Jay, and members of the Culper spy ring. So the letter that you see is a letter in his hand. And there's also going to be a little bit of an easy to read translation of that letter. And you will also see Culper's spy code. Now we're going to take a look at that right now. And this is the Culper code book. And this can be found at georgewashingtonsmountvernon.org. And it talks about the Culper spy code being used to send coded messages to George Washington's headquarters during the Revolutionary War. And that will give us a little bit more information about those. The last activity we're going to be doing is going to be creating our own message. Now, everyone is going to be writing a letter, and we're going to even try to write using quill and ink, which will be a little challenging. But I want these letters to give the feel of actually being during that time period. So everyone will be able to write their letter like that, and it'll be an ordinary letter. It could be from the point of view of a soldier, or it could be from one of the spies. But whatever is in that letter will be ordinary writing about ordinary things. But in between the lines, you are going to write a coded message using invisible ink. So that'll be a fun little project that we're going to be doing. This video link right here is a tutorial, very short tutorial on how to use lemon juice to write with invisible ink. Now, lemon juice is just one way of doing it, and it's a pretty easy way, especially if we're doing this in the classroom or if you're doing this at home. So it does require fresh squeezed lemons, but as they mentioned in the video, you could also use bottled lemon juice, and you could also use little lemon juice packets. So for those of you at home, if you don't have any lemon juice, I will have packets put together to send home. And basically the tools you need are paper, lemon juice, and Q-tips, or a small paintbrush. So we'll take care of that, and we're going to have a great time learning how to write in invisible ink. So all together, you're going to have your 1 to 3 paragraph mini essay. You're also going to have your coded message as assessment pieces for this lesson. So let's get started.